Hello, Roberto Clemente Middle School families. This is Principal Lewis here with our weekly wrap-up video. Today, we're actually going into some classrooms and we're going to see Clemente in action. So come with me, super excited to show you what makes our school great, which is learning. This is our second floor hallway. Most of our classes are here, and something that's unique about the way that we are learning is all of our students are in pods for their grades. So all of our 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade students are all together, and there they see daily math, ELA, science, social studies, and their explorative arts. So a couple of updates just before we go into the classes. We have 2 big academic things that we're working on, and that is our responsive instruction blocks. Every day, students receive 30 minutes of responsive instruction in their ELA classes and in their math classes. Responsive instruction is where we go back to things that we've learned, or we're looking at data to say what are things that we need to know to be successful for upcoming units, and teachers are able to use that time to be responsive for their students. More importantly, we're using some online research-based intervention programs to give students daily exposure to content or content readiness for their learning. In their ELA classes, they're doing 10 units weekly for Lexia, and then in their math classes, they're doing weekly lessons on iReady. And that happens every week to make sure that our students are getting all of that content knowledge to be successful. All right, so for the real action that we're excited about, tomorrow we start our first PBIS Friday. We're going to be celebrating the many students this week who've been in uniform every single day, and that's had no cell phone violations. So every week we'll be able to have a different celebration that's happening for our students, so we can reward and recognize those that are exhibiting positive behavior all throughout our school community. In our hallways, we actually have posted for students to see as they are coming what the days are. For next week, we have Uno, Buckets, and fun prizes. And the thing is, no discipline referrals or minor forms. So as long as students have positive behavior, no discipline, no minor forms, then those students are going to be celebrated and rewarded. Let's go and do some classrooms. As we're coming down, one quick reminder that our school nurse wanted to make sure everyone knew is that now that we're getting into the fall season, holidays are coming up, we want all of our students and staff to mask up whenever possible. So wearing your face mask helps us to prevent spreading out things that we know we may have. So parents, please make sure your kids come in, give them a mask. We have those masks available at the front office. If students are showing any symptoms of like being cold or sick, then we'll call you to send them home so we can make sure that they're not at school and we're keeping everyone safe. All right, let's see what's happening in ELA class. Oh, okay. So we're doing some daily journal writing, and I like to show what they're working on. So one of the things that students are doing when they're in 6th grade ELA is focusing on writing. And so writing is something that we want to incorporate. We know that it's great to read, but it's even better when our young folks can write. See what's happening over here.
I know you guys appreciate it. I said, well, where's my margin? Where's the margin? How we set up our papers margin?
There we go. We got to set it up right. I love it, Miss Fortune. Let's see what Dr. Thomas is talking about. So I picked the big words. All right, so that was our 6th grade ELA class. Super excited to see Ms. Fortune and Dr. Thomas. They're doing a lot of work with students, particularly on writing. So our ELA curriculum is largely novel-based, and students read novels on a monthly basis. One of the things that we've been trying to promote this year is having students to write as often as possible. What are they reading about? What are they understanding from their reading? And how the things that they're reading show up in their real world. the more that they can relate to the text and they can understand it, the more that we know they can be engaged in the academics. So glad we got to see a little bit of that. Let's go take a peek into Mr. Tab's Science and Social Studies.
We are doing a lesson on Microsoft. This is a set of slides of different things that you would see under a microscope in preparation for us getting an actual
To actually, so you're being prepared of that. This is what it will look like.
Okay, great. Just a heads up, we just started like 2 minutes ago, so we're just getting started.
So it's going to do that for a second. It says, a basic So in science and social studies, students in 8th grade are about to start looking at microscopes and understanding the unit of microorganisms. So as you can see in the class, Mr. Tab was actually showing students what are the different parts of a microscope and then getting them exposed online to what are some of the different views they're going to see. So when they actually get the microscopes and start doing the work, they'll have some understanding of what they're looking at and how to be able to process and make those applications of their learning. Let's check out math. Come on in. So earlier we talked about the responsive instruction and the goals that students have on iReady and Lexia. So what you see here is daily, our teachers have a content planning time where they meet as a content team. We look at the student data, we come up with student groups, and we think about what do we need to do with our students to make sure that they're either growing based off of our STAR readiness goals or to make sure we're exposing them to pre-knowledge. So what you see here is our 8th grade math teacher, Mr. Kim, working with our 6th grade math teacher, Ms. Merlino, and our math department leader, Ms. Fisher, and we're planning for how to help your students with success in their math classes. So we're going to go into our visual and creative arts class. Right now, our 8th graders are working on something fun. We're going to find out. But take a look at the door. Throughout our building, we are really decorating to celebrate all of the many holidays that we know are happening around this time of the year. We have our Three Kings Day coming up in January. We have Christmas, we have Hanukkah, and our 8th grade students made some snow globes given their interpretations of this work. This is awesome. Great job, and shout out to Ms. West, our art teacher, along with our 8th grade artist. Amazing. Let's go into the class, guys. So we are here in 8th grade art. Let's see what our students are learning. It looks like an anime character. It is? Oh, well, you just because I could pick that up.
I just made it.
What's the character's name? Is it from a real
No, I just made it.
It's kind of cool. Like it gives me something from what's the anime you watch? Not Naruto. There's the 7 Deadly Sins.
Dragon Ball.
From the 7 Deadly Sins. I would run that. Thank you, Ms. West, for a lot of knowledge.
So the students learned about the color wheel and how to make secondary colors from primary colors and tertiary colors from primary and secondary colors. And then they learned about warm and cool tones. So now they're making work using split tones.
I want to give a shout out to the best school climate team in the city of Philadelphia, right here at Roberto Clemente Middle School. So school climate team, a lot of people wonder, you hear climate staff, climate team, what does that mean? Those are the adults that really are the caretakers of your children while you're here. They're watching them at lunch, they're watching them in the hallway, they're watching them during dismissal, during morning arrival, they're planning events, they're planning programs. And one thing that we're doing right now to try to make sure that we are curbing and cutting down on negative behavior is having a student restorative room. In the restorative room, students are able to come into a space, sit down, reflect on their actions, and then come up with a plan on how they can exhibit positive behaviors. Our climate team monitor this room all day, and because this space exists, we don't have to suspend students, we can give them a chance to correct their behaviors first. Let's come in and see what some students are working on as they're reflecting on how they can adjust, improve their behaviors, and come back to class. A new course that we have here at Clemente this year is an ELD1 and ELD2 course. These courses are English language learning courses specifically designed for our students who have the lowest proficiency in the English language. Instead of going to their regular English language arts class, these students come and they have English taught by a specialized teacher that really understands the nuances of the English language and help these students with fundamental skills such as developing their phonological awareness and all of the foundational skills they need so they'll have full access to the English language. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Marianetti, the teacher. All of our L's outperformed their report period 1 goals. They tripled expectations. Students were expected to show a 5% increase in their understanding of the English language, and that increase was more than 15%. We can't wait to continue to see testing as the year goes on because students are coming in here and they're coming out knowing more English and able to have more access to the learning throughout our school each and every day. Thank you, Mr. Marinetti, and thank you to all of our families for supporting your students at home. Let's see what they're learning today. So you will see lots of visual aids in the room because we all know that our students are learning the English language, being able to have references, being able to have pictures that help them to make connections to the text. That's super important.
All right, so in this class we're in the responsive block, and they have a computer program called Power Up that helps them to get up to grade level. So these guys have been in the country less than 1 year, and he's already probably 2nd or 3rd grade level. He started at 1st grade level, so he's gone up about 2 steps in 3 months. He's been here for about 3 weeks, so he's just starting. And same with him. He's been here less than a year, and he's also making power, Carlos. So good job.
Board of Arts offerings is a STEAM class. STEAM is science, technology, and engineering expressed through the arts with applications of mathematics. We have a teacher, Mr. Melvin, who works with our students. This report period is our 6th graders. They come down to the computer lab each and every day, and they engage in various projects on technology that crosses over all of the disciplines that's been made. Let's take a visit and see what they're doing.
We are going to open data collection. Is everyone looking at data collection?
Yes,
there are
sir.
2 links there. One is an Excel document. One is...
All right, parents, one thing that I would love to share with you all, we sent out an announcement via our messenger this week. Our students at Clemente are going to start coming through the morning entry via a safety scan. This safety scan will be facilitated by our school police and will look something like what you see here. What will happen is students will have to take out all of their book bags, backpacks, run it through a machine. They'll walk through the detectors, and what we're really doing is making sure that the students come to school every day, they're coming to school safe, ready to learn, and we're removing or preventing anything that could put your student, your child, or our school community in harm's